Good morning and welcome again to the weekly Forex review of AK trades for the week of the February 3rd to February 8th. Let's start this weekly review, seeing again how the ideas from last week behave and if they are still valid. As we saw last week, we had a trade idea on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. It was a short idea from the levels of 24,872 to 25,257. The idea was basically since based on how the volume profiles behave, we're looking at the Dow Jones where they were at all-time highs, and in this area we see last week how sellers starting adding to selling positions. We can have that assumption because after this formation, the price was pushed lower. And all of this area were also short selling accumulation that gave us the market big drop at the end of the year. So the idea basically was, since this area was the point of control for this volume distribution, once price got there, these sellers were probably going to try to defend those selling positions. So this week, the Dow pushed a little bit higher since our prediction and entered this zone that we're interested in. And so this week, we have to see how the market open. We start looking for some signs of weakness. Any sign you like, you can look for some kind of a bearish structure or even some bearish candles, some pre-bars, whatever you like to see if you can enter this trade to the downside. So this trade is still valid. Continuing reviewing what we saw last week. Last week we were pursuing an idea of short selling crude oil. As we saw last week, we have these two areas, and we said that once price reach here, we try to look for some weakness in the market. Price did a fake breakout, and then went pushed back lower, and then again at the end of the week, it pushed higher than the zone that we predicted. So where are we looking right now? Am I changing my opinion to bullish? Well, not quite yet. In my opinion, this might be as well a false breakout. So the bearish idea is still valid. But at this point, I'm not doing anything in the market. I'm just watching. So what is the assumption right now? We have to wait and see how the markets open Monday, maybe Tuesday, and see what's happening here. My short idea is still valid until the zone about 55.90, maybe $56 a barrel doesn't push through. So if at the start of the week oil is able to push higher, then yes, we will wait for a pushback to the area to this area again to try to look for some longs. But that's why I'm saying that we have to wait how the market develops the first few days, because if price enters again this zone or even reaches a little bit, then maybe we are looking, as I said last week, for just a range trading, so we can take advantage of this, maybe put some shorts again into this area. So we have to be watching what the market does in the first 2 days. So last week as well, we reviewed a short selling idea on the US Swiss franc. Uh, the short idea was around this area, around 99.22, 99.50, basically. So when we gave this idea, price was around this level. So as we can see, price pulled back to our area and then went straight back. So that is telling you that this level is being defended by the short sellers. So depending on what kind of trader you are, if you are a scalper or a short-term trader, maybe you take some profits right here. If you don't, then you still have time to enter this trade idea. This trade idea is still valid, in my opinion. So how would I approach it? Well, if I'm really conservative, I could put sell stop order around this area to take this breakout, or I can wait to another retracement to this area, which would give me a much better risk to reward ratio. So it depends of your trading style. And finish it reviewing the ideas from last week. We gave an idea on the New Zealand dollar, Australian dollar, short selling idea around levels of 95.50, 90.50, 80. When we gave those idea, prices were um, around here. So we see that price pushes a little bit higher to our zone, and it really respected our zones and went back down. Give us another retracement to our zone, and then again. So we are seeing how the short sellers are defending this area. So if you enter in this trade, you maybe have got some profits here or here, or if you are a long-term trader, you are still in time to look for some interest. So, and how would you do? How would I do that? So, similar to the U.S. dollar franc Swiss. So I would maybe put a sell stop order around this area, or wait and see if the prices retraces again to this area. So, and also this is encouraging because the prices push a little bit higher. It couldn't overcome the area, then push a little bit higher again, and then drop lower. But this higher is lower than this higher. So another idea how to enter this trade is using what is called the 1, 2, 3 method. So what is the 1, 2, 3 method? So you have this kind of trend up, you have this higher, that would be number one. This new high cannot beat this one, so this is be number two, and the enter will be at the break of this trend line. So you can attack this trade in three ways. You can put a sell stop order around here. You can, if you want to see if there's a pullback, you can enter around this area as well, or you can even enter as the market opens around this area. So this short idea is still valid for the people who hadn't taken last week. So let's see what we have for this week as new trading ideas. Starting with the Euro British pound. This is going to be an intraday idea. As we can see in this chart, this 3-minute chart, we can see a zone where heavy short positions were accumulated around this area. So see that all of this area, where short sellers accumulating their positions, because we can see a sharp drop of price after this accumulation. So if you want to see how after the initial accumulation, where those sellers were adding to their selling positions, we can review how the volumes perform in this sharp drop. So, as we can see, short sellers were adding to the positions around these areas. So the point of control of all this volume distribution is around 88.45. So what we are waiting here is that price comes back around this area, and short sellers are, once prices arrive to this area, sellers will try to defend their positions and push the price lower. So once price reaches here, we are going to look for some sign of weakness and try to enter this short trade. What would be our first target? Our first target would be this area. So kind of trying to produce like a double bottom area. So this is going to be our primary target. So in this trade, there are possibility of further targets. We can see it better in the daily chart. In the daily chart, we can see that prices were pushing higher around all of this distribution. So we want to see where buyers were adding to the buying positions. Why? Because as this price drops, buyers are going to try to defend these buying positions. So as I was saying, our primary first target is going to be around 86.32. That would make like some kind of double top respecting this structure. Our secondary target would be around this area, this 85.85 area. As we can see in this whole bullish distribution, this is where the biggest volume were added. So it's safe to say that buyers were adding here. So if prices get to here, they're going to try to defend their position here. So that this will be a good target, second target. A third target would be around the base of the distribution, around 82.24. This is going to be the last line of defense for this volume node. This is going to be target 3 if you want. And if you are patient enough, we can see clearly that in this distribution, this whole area, it does not represent an area that buyers are interested in. There's a lack of volume. So that would tell us that if buyers are not able to defend this area, price would probably come down really rapidly around this distribution. So a fourth target for this trade would be around 79. So it depends on your style of trading, but you can have a first target around this area, a second target around here, a third target around here, and if you see some weakness here, prices probably will drop quite rapidly, looking for this distribution. Let's see the dollar yen for this week. This is an intraday short idea. So as we can see, prices are coming from a sharp drop, especially in the first day of January. So since then, there has been some recoup of price. So looking at what price has done lately, we can see that if you use the volume profile, all of this area were accumulation of short selling positions. So all of this area were short sellers accumulating selling position. As we can see, when they push price lowers and then again respected this area, and the price moved sharply lower. This week we saw recuperation of price, and prices is pushing again around this area. So the hypothesis for this trade idea is that when price reaches again this area, these short sellers are going to try to defend their positions and try to push the price lower. So the idea is trying to see around this distribution some weakness around level of 109.64. Even we can still try to look for some shorts at the edge of this volume distribution around 19.8. So all around this area, we can start look for some shorts. What would be our targets? Our targets, at least our primary targets, would be again to 108.56. Moving forward, we have the British pound US dollar. If we go to the daily chart, we can see obviously this massive trend down, then again a pullback, and then this move lower. If we make a volume profile, as we have here, of this big move down, we can see that obviously around this area they were accumulating short positions, and those sellers were adding to their positions around this area. So this was seen because the price moved lower. So we can see when price reaches this area, they again defend their selling position. So the idea is here is simple. So when prices moves again around this area, we have to account for these sellers to defend their selling position. So once prices reaches 32.24, try to look for some weaknesses and see how the prices move lower. Targets around this area, around 24.49. And we end the video showing this swing trade idea. This is a long-term play in the euro dollar. So we are seeing in the euro dollar, we are seeing a clear structure. In the daily chart, we see a head and shoulder formation. We have shoulder, head, and shoulder here. So this is a bearish structure. As we can see, this bearish formation was already confirmed, and we tested again and confirmed. So what's the idea here? If we see the distribution on this move down, we can see that the people were adding to the selling positions around this area that we have highlighted here. So the idea is also quite simple. Once price reaches again this area around 117, we start to look for some weakness in the pair to enter in the lower side. So what would be the targets for this trade? Well, the primary targets would be around 111, the 111 handle. So I hope you like this video. Please continue to follow us You can follow, we will posting a weekly Forex review video. You can also follow us on Instagram at AK Trades. And we will be posting there some trading ideas during the week. So thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great and profitable week.